Welcome to Love English. Today, and in fact over the next few weeks, I'm going to be teaching you all about conditionals. Now, so many students want to learn mixed conditionals, third conditionals right away. We are going to go step by step through all the conditionals, from 0 to 3 to mixed conditionals. So, over the next few weeks, subscribe here to Love English to learn all about conditionals. And if you have any questions, don't forget to post them in the comment box below. Are you ready? If you study with us, you'll improve your English fast. Today we're going to be looking at 0 and first conditional. 0 and first conditional. It is helpful to look at these both in context so that you can understand the difference between when we use 0 and when we use first. In fact, we will be comparing and contrasting all the conditionals as we go along so you really understand when to use them. Right. 0 conditional, really simple. 0 conditional is used for general truths. For example, if you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. Simple. Another example, when the sun goes down, it gets dark. If you push that button, the lights go out. Oh, okay, I think they get it. Turn the lights back on, please. There we go. So, 0 conditional, the structure. This is a nice and easy one. We would have if plus present simple, comma, plus present simple. Not forgetting, of course, your subjects and objects. And that's it really, guys. That's when we use 0 conditional. Now, when to use first conditional. Remember, it is a real, possible, future or present situation that we are referring to. If, of course, is used to refer to the hypothetical. So it's an imagined situation. If you study with us, you'll learn English fast. That would be a promise. Another reason we use first conditional for threats and warnings. If you don't do your homework, you won't pass the exam. Logical consequences. Well, it's raining outside. If I go out, I'll get wet. We can also use first conditional for offers. If you like, I'll help you. Another reason we use first conditional is to negotiate. That is to say, make a deal with somebody. If you come to the cinema with me, I'll go to the football with you. Sounds very much like a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Now, first conditional. At the beginning of the lesson, I said to you, if you study with us, you'll improve your English fast. So first of all, the structure. Let's have a look. So, of course, we've got if. We've got present simple. We've got a comma there. And then we also have will. But is it present simple that comes after will? No. Will is, of course, a modal verb. So remember, after all modal verbs, you would have the infinitive form. Now, as we know, there are 2 clauses in all conditionals. You have the if or hypothetical clause, and you have the result clause, where you have your will, could be going to, could be may, could be might. And that formulates our whole conditional. Now remember, it doesn't matter if you switch those around. So I could say, you'll learn English fast if you study with us. Notice the difference though. Well, there isn't a big difference, except that you don't need a comma between the two clauses. Now, when we do change these around, it really just changes the emphasis slightly of the sentence. So I'm focusing more on you'll learn fast rather than if you study with us. But the meaning has not changed. Do not forget to contract. In all conditionals, and in fact in English, it's important to make sure we contract some of our verbs and subjects and negatives so that you sound more natural. In the case of first conditional, you would never hear, if I go to the shops, I will buy you some chocolate. No. It would be, if I go to the shops, I'll buy you some chocolate. Let's just recap those contractions. I'll, you'll, we'll, he'll, she'll, and they'll. Oh, not forgetting, it'll. Now that's a strange one. It'll on its own sounds very odd. However, if I put it into a conditional sentence, if the weather is good tomorrow, it'll be a great day. Now, don't forget, these contractions are important to know as well to help you with your listening. English people always contract their words, and that's often where the confusion comes. So, you'll remember that now. If we want to look at making a conditional negative, we would use will not. However, do we use will not? No, we use won't. So, if you don't work hard, you won't pass your exams. Now, listen again for the pronunciation. Won't often gets confused with want. Won't, don't, want, font. The difference is a long O, won't, and a short, want. Now, if you want to practice that a bit more, there's a link to my pronunciation lesson above. Now, not to forget, unless. We can use unless if you want to use if not. If I don't see you, I won't call you. You could say, unless I see you, I won't call you. If the weather isn't nice tomorrow, we won't go to the beach. Unless the weather is nice tomorrow, we won't go to the beach. There we go, unless, so simple. Okay, now I'm sure lots of you have understood the lesson, but you might be thinking, I need more practice. So I'm going to suggest a few ways that you could possibly do that. One of the first things I love to do with conditionals, in fact all conditionals, is make a conditional chain. So what I'm going to ask you to do is what I would ask my students to do as homework. I would like you to complete a conditional chain. So let's think of an imagined situation that is quite possible if I improve my English. So I want you to start in the comment box with if I improve my English, I'll... Now, what might that be? Let's have a think. If I improve my English, I'll go to England. If I go to England, I'll visit London. If I visit London, I'll have a cream tea. If I have a cream tea, I'll feel rather full. If I feel rather full, I'll need to have a walk. If I have a walk, I'll walk around London. If I walk around London, I might go to Buckingham Palace. If I go to Buckingham Palace, well, you have a go. Conditional chains, guys. That's your homework. Comment below and I'll tell you if you've got them correct. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Love English to learn more about second, third, and mixed conditionals, and to find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. We're everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you with the second conditional. Bye.